Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the first episode of Hunter x Hunter 2011. And this anime I am reacting to because it won my 3,000 subscribers special poll, and that's the reason for it. And this anime, I'm not too surprised that it won because it is a very popular, very highly rated show that I've had an interest in watching for quite a long time, I would say. Now, I am going into this pretty blind. Like, I really don't know much about this show, really, at all, aside from I know what the main character looks like, Gon, I think his name is. I've seen the pictures of him a lot. And that one kid that I think is his friend slash rival or something, like, I think he had white hair or something, but that's really about all I know. I don't really know about the premise, whether he's trying to become Hokage, the king of the pirates, the wizard king, trying to destroy Radiant. I don't know what his thing is, but I guess I'll find out soon enough, and I do assume the show involves combat in some description, but again, that's an assumption because I am going to this blind for the most part. So, as a result, I don't have too much to say about it as far as predictions go, but I guess we'll just get into it and find out. But before I do, since this is the beginning of a new show, I do have to kind of let people know how I do things to avoid confusion. I do not have the full anime footage and audio in the reaction itself for copyright reasons. Doing so can risk, videos being blocked or taken down, and worst case scenario, the channel itself being taken down. So I don't like to do that. It just causes a lot of problems. What I do show though is enough footage for you to see the subtitles at the bottom of the screen and a timer in the upper hand that corner. And what you can do is get your own copy of the show and sync it up with my reaction if you want the ideal viewing experience. But if that is too much trouble or just not in the cards for you, you can just, follow along as best you can with what I provide, I guess. But anyway, that's just how I do things, just to let you guys know. So with that out of the way, let's just get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. Looks like you're starting off with the opening. The version I'm watching apparently doesn't have any kind of, translation of the lyrics, though. Which is fine. The show is like 148 episodes, so probably multiple openings, So yeah, that's the I think that's the kid that's I see with our main character going a lot in fan art and stuff. No idea who the other two are, but they're probably important too. She seemed nice. But yeah, it definitely seems to involve combat and fish. And fish. More fish than I expected. It's not a fishing anime, is it? Because that would be surprising, but not what I would have thought. Gonna get some exposition here? Seems like it. So basically, adventure stuff. Yeah, adventures. Or hunters, that's a good word for it too. I suppose, because you are hunting for things, I guess. Departure and friends. I don't understand the necessity of the X's, really. Whale Island. Kujirashima, I think is how you read the Japanese part of that. Kujira being whale and Shima being island. But yeah, it does seem like fish are part of the show. At least a part of his backstory. I assume he'll leave this island and go adventure or something, but for now it seems to be a big thing. Wow, that's some dedication. I hope it works out for him. Is that like his guardian or something? Yeah, a child couldn't possibly do anything like that. Mito. I didn't know I was watching Food Wars. Don't say that because he is the protagonist, and you might be surprised what they can do if they put their mind to it. I do like the hat, though. I assume it's homemade. Oh, finally. Gotta reel that puppy in. Hopefully it's not a tire or something, because that would be sad. And now. There we go. Scared the crap out of the birds, but at least we got the fish. But yeah, if what they said is true, this is not going to be easy. Hopefully you don't get pulled in. But he does seem pretty agile and strong, so it hopefully works out. But if that line breaks, you're falling in the water. Hope you know that. But we're not going to let it break. Oh, wow. Yeah, just be careful with the line. If that breaks, it's over. Doesn't matter how strong you are if the line breaks. Is he actually gonna kick the fish? He seriously did. That's how you fish, guys. I hope your would-be fishermen are taking notes. Yeah, just told you I could do it. None of you believed in me. Yes. I guess something happened to the father, since Mito seems to be his guardian right now. Which I don't think that's his mother. At least they don't look that similar. So you gotta let me do it now. Promise is a promise. Hopefully he didn't make that agreement assuming he can never do it. That's pretty messed up to do to a child. Yeah, those eyes, man. I could not tell him no. Those precious eyes. So what's the Hunter exam consist of? But yeah, I guess Hunter's basically just the class that we're gonna have in the show. For lack of a better word. Basically an adventure is how I understand it so far. Like father, like son. But she definitely just wanted to be a hunter for some reason. Is it just a matter of not wanting him to risk his life? Or is it something more? Yes. Okay, so he didn't die, he just left. Well, wow, that's a great way to take it. Positive attitude. That's a little bit sad, though. Especially if he wants to be a hunter just so we can find out what's so great about it. That's a little sad. Okay, so that's pretty much what it's all about. Want to know what's the big deal is about being a hunter. And possibly we'll run into his father on the way. Hopefully that meeting goes well if it does happen. Jing. I think that's how she pronounced it. Because I'm tempted to pronounce it Ging, but I think she said Jing. G's are kind of tricky like that. I wonder how much time will be spent on the exam. I doubt it's just a written exam. And get your pinky out. There you go. We're going all the way. This has been a long time since I've heard that whole thing. Wow. I don't remember the kiss part of it, but that was a long kiss. Which I mean, I'd kiss her for a long time as well. So, yeah, I guess she's just a friend of the family. I guess if he's calling her that, you know, so a little bit of Fullmetal Alchemist stuff, you know, similar as what Winry's family was. That's how I took it, at least. But yeah, we're gonna go. So apparently, yeah, the exam is off the island, which I hope was the case. Which makes sense. It's probably like a fairly small island in the middle of nowhere, where gotta go to a more big city, capital possibly, to take the test. I don't think they can hear you anymore. I hear some condescending laughter from behind me. They look like pirates. Well, yes. There's that one guy from the opening. Yes, but they're not protagonists, so... But that's always the funny thing with anime, is that they lack the perspective that the audience has, so they can say things like that. Katsuo. Rude. Because you kicked me, you moron. Of course he's drinking. You gotta have to when you have to deal with these people. You forgot one. And then it knocks all of them over. Or hits him in the head. What's up with your nose, man? Are you sick? Is it cold? Did you run into a wall, perhaps? I don't know. Because I live on an island. Yeah, can't you understand seagulls? I mean, doesn't everyone? Oh, if it involves sniffing, he might not be able to do it. Did you see the nose? Oh, wow, he is agile. He just got up there and nothing flat. I can smell it. It's a smelly kind of smell that smells smelly. Is he gonna believe him? Is he gonna believe him, though? That's the question. And I like the whale hat. I kind of want it. Those are the eyes of a sailor. Or a hunter, or both. And there we go. See, he was right. Hopefully you believed him and took precautions. Yeah, that is a storm, alright. That's a bad one. You definitely can't drink in peace on that. You probably should, honestly. Because I was about to comment on that too. You might want to lower the sails. Is that a wall of wave? Because if so, that's a problem. But I guess, hey, why back it out from a challenge? You know? Nothing wrong with risking the lives of your entire crew for a bit of fun. It's all good. Hunter vocabulary. Gon. Does that really I laugh. Does that really qualify as vocabulary? It's just his name. And I already knew that. I said his name several times in the episode. What kind of sailor gets seasick? It does seem to be below average. Are you guys still alive? So I guess that really is what they're all there for. I mean, I figured somewhere, but... Yeah, he's fine. He's got this. He's not wuss like these pretenders, these posers. But I think he's becoming more and more impressed with Gon. And the other important character from the opening. He's probably also gonna... Well, they're all gonna take the exam, but he's probably gonna pass. Well, it is green, so I usually assume green things are sour. Yeah, so you can tell who's going to be actually plot relevant. And who the non-important people are. They seem to be definitely scoping out the competition. Yeah, you characters look important. Tell me what your deal is. Kurapika. It's gonna take some time to remember some of those names. Kurapika is definitely an odd one. So naturally I had to be one too. That's anime logic. That it is. Clearly Jing has quite the reputation. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were the boss of me. When do we become a team? I like the voice acting of that character. Is it a female voice actress? I think the character's male, but I think that's a female voice acting him. Yeah, I wouldn't want to expose your deep parts. I guess if I was supposed to compare him to another character, that seems like he'd be the Sasuke of the group. Whereas Go would be more like the Naruto. Okay, I had a feeling. Especially when he made that comment about, Examiner. Your first test is to not die on the ship. I'm sure there are. But there's no way they could count on a storm happening, right? So. Well, that sucks for them. But fair enough. Oh, okay, so we've basically passed though, right? Oh, an oral test. He's like less than half of his size. I mean, kind of defeats the purpose. Wow, he really is full-on Sasuke, wow. I was half joking when I made the comparison. The Phantom Troop. Class A bounty. We'll see. I guess we'll see. Wow, this kid. Yeah, there's his shutting gun. Yes. Wow, shots fired. Yes. It opens up a lot of doors is the point. Oh, wow. Just wrecked that guy. I can't say I'm too surprised. But, I mean, it's a legitimate reason. Of course, some of those a child wouldn't be able to relate to. Shots fired again. What was it, 3 shots fired? Oh, wow. I think you triggered him a bit there. That kid might just kill you, man. They're not getting along too well to start. And mostly just kind of ignored Gon. It's definitely true. Nobody's ever angry without a reason. Yeah. The best case scenario, they beat each other up and we get to watch. What, more storm shenanigans? Oh. Okay, that does look like a problem. Now he wants to lower the sails. I guess it's got a bit too much. I wouldn't go out there. Wow, very dramatic setting for this conflict. I'd hate to wear that suit like it being soaking wet. Leodio. I like how he says his name. Already pulling a knife. Do you have something? That's no knife, but I guess it does the job. If he knows how to use it. Which I assume he does. Katsuo just has not had a good day. Oh, they actually missed. Oh, Gon. He's going for it. That's definitely risky, but yeah, grab his legs. That's what I call teamwork. And I thought I was gonna actually go full into the water for a minute there. Hugs! Hugs make everything better. Especially if they prevent you from falling into the water in the middle of a horrible storm. Especially because he looked unconscious, really. But yeah, that was pretty reckless, honestly. That's not a very good argument, Gon. It was okay, I did something reckless because it all worked out in the end. That's not a good argument. I keep hearing people say that in shows, but it's never good. Well, of course, he'd be appreciative. I mean, it was a team effort. Yes. So basically, they're all decent people deep down is kind of the takeaway from that scene. I think that was the main point. And of course, also for them to, you know, to work things out. Really do like Kika, whatever his name was. I like his voice. I guess we've changed our mind on that. Okay, it's all been resolved. It's good to see. I want to see people holding too much grudges early on. That was a laugh. I mean, I like Gon, I like Kurekika. I'm still not sure how I feel about Leorio just yet. Yes, I've heard. There we go. Nice, guys. Good job. I wonder if saving Katsuo had anything to do with that. Yes, and he met a couple of new friends. So that's good. But I assume there's more than one exam, so... Still have not met white-haired character just yet. Which, if the fan art I've seen is anything to go by, will be the closest friend to the Gon. Although I assume he'll appear as a rival, probably not like a full-on bad guy or anything. I don't think he'll go that direction, but I think things will probably be rough with him in the beginning, like very hostile, probably initially. And it'll probably get closer over time, but that's my guess. Because the other two are met as basically, you know, fast friends. Like, it wasn't anything too bad as far as conflict goes. The conflict was just between Kurekika, I hope that's what his name is, it's something like that, and Leorio. So, that would make sense if the one that Gon personally butt heads with a lot would be the only one he hasn't met yet out of these main four. And the white-haired kid is the one that I picked for having a tragic backstory, but I guess you already have that character. What did we run into? I guess it's gonna be a theme going forward, the X's. Which I guess makes sense. Yeah, that was the first episode of Hunter x Hunter. And yeah, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. We introduced to our main character, Gon. We got to get a little bit of backstory on him, how his father was a hunter, how he wants to be a hunter to kind of to follow in his footsteps, but it's more like he wants to know exactly why being a hunter was so important that he had to abandon me for it. You know, which is really sounds sad no matter how you phrase it. But I feel like I've seen that concept at least one time before. I can't remember where, but I think I've seen that somewhere before where somebody wanted to be something just so they know why their, parents or whatever thought it was more important than them. I swear I've seen that at least one place before. But anyway, we got his motivation, which is good. And apparently people are definitely viewing him as taken after his father. He was able to catch the fish that his father was also able to catch, and like nobody else can, I guess. So that's cool. Mito basically gave him an ultimatum where he had to do that if he wanted to take the exam. So he did it. And yeah, like I said, I hope Mito didn't give him that challenge, hoping, because sometimes people do that with kids. They say, well, if you can do this, then I'll let you have what you want, expecting them to not be able to do it. So basically as a more deceitful way of saying, no, you can't do it, but giving them false hope. I always hate when people do that to kids. That happens sometimes. So hopefully that's not what she was doing, but anyway, she let him do it in the end, so it doesn't seem to be the case. And she's not happy about it. Mito's definitely not happy about it, but she is accepting it, and that's what matters. And we had a pretty heartfelt goodbye, hugs and lots of thumb kisses. It was definitely something. Of course, it's a little bit hard to get too emotional in a scene like that in episode 1 with characters you just don't know yet and aren't that attached to. But I still felt a little bit, I still had some feels there regardless. He got on the boat and he went off to take the hunter exam. It seems like he's the only one that's taken it, he seems like he's the only one that's taken it that's from Whale Island. It seems like nobody else from there has taken the test, and even if they did, they probably failed anyway. But he seems like the only one. And it seems like everybody on the boat was going specifically to take the hunter exam, because if not, it doesn't make much sense to have the examiner on the ship. And he basically said that, yeah, that's what the first test was. He gets to decide who passes and who fails. But he didn't seem to go into much detail exactly the criteria, how he bases off a decision. What I mean is, this storm, there's no way storms happen every single exam. It's just not possible. So I wonder how he usually decides. I wonder how much behavior has to do with it, because those one guys were being very rude to Katsuo. So, I don't know if they were just part of the crew or just hunter examinees. But if they were examinees, then yeah, that might be something that he'd take points off of. I'm just kind of curious exactly how he bases his decision off of. It was just easier this time because he got to see a bunch of people just not be able to handle a storm. And he got to see people that were able to, so that was probably the biggest factor. And same in Katsuo from that also, I'm fairly certain it has something to do with it as well. But the point is, he did pass the first exam, so that's great to see. I am fairly certain they will all pass in the end and become hunters. I just don't know how long they're going to be spending on this exam stuff. It's obviously a very long-form show, so they could spend 5 or 6 episodes on it, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. And I am also curious when we will meet the white-haired kid, because right now what I'm envisioning is he'll meet him as part of the exam. He'll also be taking the exam. He meets him, they start off on the wrong foot, and he probably just doesn't like going initially for whatever reason, and then that reason probably makes sense later on. And eventually they become close friends and rivals. That's just how I envision it personally. But who knows? Let's see, what else do I want to say? I mean, yeah, the storm was pretty bad. Luckily, nobody we know died. And we definitely had some fighting between a couple of our characters. Let's see. Yeah, Kuropika. I'm looking at the names now so I can remember it. Yeah, Kuropika and Leoria. Kuropika is a weird name. I'm just going to say that right now. Hearing Pika makes you think of Pikachu. And it's Kura. You think it would be Kuro, black, because he is very much the, I don't really want to phrase it this way, but, he comes across as the emo, dark, edgy type character, a Sasuke type character. I know as we get to know him more and more, he'll probably, you'll be able to put him into a box like that. But I'm just saying that's how first impressions go. That's definitely what he comes across as, very serious, very, you know, Sasuke is. He reminded me a lot of that character. But like I said, I'm sure once you get to know him more, he'll definitely come into his own. But Ryu, we definitely don't know as much about him. With Kurapika, we got some backstory on him, his clan and all that, but we didn't really get much on Ryu. We just got a very basic motivation of money and stuff, money and fame, very, you know, adult reasons, which makes sense because most of the other characters seem to be kids, you know. I'm not sure how old Kurapika is. I'd have to guess 2 or 3 years older than Gon, but still definitely not adult age. And yeah, definitely a female voice actress, Sawashiro Miyuki. I wonder if I recognize her from anything. Let's see, just kind of scrolling down her character page. Yeah, not really. I don't think I've seen anything with her in it exactly. She was in Fairy Tail, which I have not seen, but that's another really, really long show. Let's see. Yeah, nothing really, which is a bit surprising. But she has been in some pretty popular stuff. Just nothing that I've actually watched personally, oddly enough. But anyway. Yeah, like I said, Ryu is still the biggest mystery. We got very little on him. It's a very bare bones backstory. Not quite as personal as what we got with Kurapika, or as what we got with Gon. So I wonder if we'll elaborate on that more in the future, or if it'll just be kind of not that big of a deal. But yeah, really, one of there's anything else to say. I mean, I'm glad they were able to work things out. They butt heads pretty much immediately. You know, you had Ryu, which was not, he did not really appreciate Kurapika's lack of respect, and Kurapika did not appreciate him, like his comments about his, you know, clan and all that. So luckily we were able to kind of work through that. But if the previous anything to go by, they will continue to butt heads going forward. So they'll probably continue to fight a lot, but I think they'll be friends nonetheless. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I do hope we see Mito again eventually because I did like her. She seems nice enough. And I'm also curious what the future of the exam goes. Like, I'm sure there'll be more to it than just this one little thing. So, yeah, definitely curious about some of that stuff. I'm curious if and when Gon will meet up with his father, and if he does, what his father will say. Because his father definitely has quite a reputation, so I'm sure he'll continue to go to places like, hey, yeah, oh, you're Jinga's, I think that's what his name was, Jinga? Something like that. You're his boy, you know? You know, he'll probably see his father's influence a lot going forward if I do think about that. But yeah, I think I really am out of things to say now. It was a good first episode. I'm definitely curious to see where it goes in the future. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.